Hello, who we got in here? Thank you for the like. So, yeah, so I've calmed down now, but just needed to let out some steam and, yeah. So I'll put that one on private, so I didn't want to get to that point, but, but sometimes you have to show your fucking teeth. Sometimes you have to fucking, so that you're not going to be fucking messed around with. Hi, Potato, how you doing? Welcome in. How are we doing tonight, everybody? I'm not some fucking nice guy fucking simp. I will want to fucking put up with so much. Not some fucking weak fucking loser. What? Fuck off. So there's some troll in it. Well, she deserves it. Yeah, it's not fucking threatening, is it, really? Fuck off. I just fucking block this fucking guy. Fucking trolling it. So I don't even have a fucking name, it's just Potato or whatever. It's like, yeah. I shouldn't have gone that far though, but because they're just gonna like fucking. Feels like I've just had a fucking setback, Let's hope like next door doesn't, complain or whatever shit, because it's not as bad as I've been before actually. I managed to calm down fairly quickly, which is actually quicker than I've done before in the past. So I'm not gonna like give people a satisfaction. I'm just gonna like let off a bit of steam and then I'm just gonna, you know, just fuck off, just all these fucking trolls and whatever, Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't threaten to actually do anything. I said something like, may God have mercy on your soul, but like, I didn't say I would actually do anything. So yeah. Yeah, it seemed like Emily was just being kind of like, when she put like, yeah, so I don't know. Emily just seems a bit kind of like, I think you're right about her. She just seems kind of dodgy and just, I don't know. Oh, you're there. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, your ears are burning, are they? Okay. You're threatening to tell the facts, that's all. Yeah, exactly. What did say I'd fuck her up? I mean, I don't mean like in a, you could say that's threatening, but I don't mean actually like hitting her or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. But like, I mean, I would like make sure that she's she suffers the way that she deserves, because she can't just think that she can get away with this shit. That's what I'm saying. So they have nothing on me. Like, I'm allowed to sort of. And why is it about like so is it okay to threaten men then or something? Because if you're gonna say, I'm reporting you for threatening a woman, why is it only women that get that treatment then? You know? Yeah, like, because it doesn't. If you're threatening somebody, it doesn't matter who it is. That's not right. Welcome back, Alondra. If you're like threatening somebody, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. So, aren't you being sexist then by actually saying woman? You know, like, because I could just have threatened a man, but then is that okay then? You know, I don't understand. Like, I mean, yeah. So it just shows how fucking bullshit it is. It's just. It's like, where's the equality? Yeah. That's the thing with like some of the people that are like supposed to be about equal rights, but then they'll sort of show like double standards or something. Yeah, we've lost masculinity in the West. Yeah, we have. It has been just completely like eroded. It's the media and all that, and you could say partly it's the lack of testosterone in men as well. You look at the men now, the kind of food they eat, and just like the lack of drive or anything, it's just pathetic, isn't it? Men are afraid to stand up for themselves because that's toxic masculinity, even though oftentimes it's perfectly valid and should be encouraged, if anything. But society has just told men just to put up with it. If someone's treating you bad, maybe you should just like forgive them because maybe we don't understand what they're going through. It's like, no, fuck off. If somebody wrongs me, then they're not getting away with it. Like, they're not just gonna let off the hook. People think that they can just do anything because a lot of these people now are just fucking beaters, if you will. I don't really like these words, but you know what I mean. What else can I call it? Just these kind of like pushovers. And it's like, real men will actually stand up for themselves, because if you can't stand up for yourselves, then how can you stand up for anybody else? Then you're just a weak loser who just can't even stand up for yourself, let alone anybody else. There's no way you can stand up for anyone else if you're just going to let everyone trod all over you. It's pathetic. So I'm going to show that I will actually fucking, The problem with not being assertive or expressing anger is men end up being manipulative and passive aggressive, so then you get stuck. Yeah, because oftentimes women can be very manipulative, and sometimes they win because they have tricks up their sleeve to try and out manipulate you or something, and you just end up, like you said, being stuck. But yeah, being assertive is the best way to be. It's about standing up for yourself and just like asserting boundaries and things like that. When someone acts out of order, then you just say, enough's enough, I ain't putting up with this, that sort of thing, really, rather than sort of being like kind of the person who just gets angry and just like bitter and whatever, because that ends up just leading to just like it's not going to go well, is it? Or you end up, like you said, being passive aggressive or whatever, and just, yeah, it just creates a sort of bad atmosphere. And yeah, so we are told we are too aggressive when we are being assertive, and that emasculates us. Yeah, that's right. They call it microaggressions, don't they? Which is telling men, they'll say toxic masculinity, but then what is masculinity then? A good form of masculinity, because men need to be taught what a healthy form of masculinity is then, because what even is masculinity then? If you're told that such a thing is toxic masculinity, then what even is that? Because oftentimes what they call toxic masculinity, if you're talking about like, like men being abusive and whatever, then is that really masculine? A lot of it comes down to insecurity, which is not exactly masculine, is it? A lot of men end up, being very controlling, but not in a masculine way, but in an insecure kind of way, because they feel the need to have this kind of direct control over somebody, instead of being someone who's like a good leader, who's naturally leads people in a certain direction. Instead feels like he has to manipulate and to do all this kind of stuff to then get what he wants, which isn't exactly masculine, is it? Masculinity is something that the men should decide. The definition shouldn't come from a small corrupt minority. Yeah, I think it comes down to like, now some might say it's the genetic differences between men and women. Like, you could talk about it in terms of like physiology, or you could talk about it in terms of someone's personality or whatever. And they're like, men might have a certain kind of charisma about them or something, as women can do as well. But I'm saying that on average, men would carry themselves in a certain way that is masculine, having certain traits about them that would complement a woman's more feminine, nurturing kind of traits. But yet we don't even have a lot of nurturing, feminine type of women now. We just have fucking slags. And then the men are just fucking players, a lot of them. We just don't have a lot of good people anymore, it seems. There is some good people out there, but it seems to be getting harder to find. People just think it's okay to just cheat on each other and use each other and abuse each other. Women are the new men, yeah, because we've got these new males, which are just women now. Yeah, you see that it's like, so it's getting to a point where you can't even hardly tell men and women apart anymore. They're just so like kind of maybe just start a group of just being good people. Well, how am I supposed to do that? Because a lot of people will probably just pretend to be good, and then you never know, really, do you? And women cheat now. Well, men and women shouldn't be cheating at full stop. It sounds like what you're saying is that men, it's okay for men to cheat. It's not okay for anybody to cheat, is it really? You just, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think anybody should be cheating. It's a disrespect, isn't it? Like, if they're okay with it, then it's not cheating, then, is it? Because then that's an open relationship. The fact that someone would do something behind somebody's back is a sign of disrespect. But yeah, some of these women will just kind of like, it's weird. It's like almost like they fall in love with the guy even more. It's crazy. It's fucking wrong with them. Fucking degenerates. Yeah, it is betrayal. Because it's like I think we talked about this stuff before about like, I don't know if it was you who was saying about, I don't know, about kind of these women and stuff, and how, kind of, yeah, they're cheating a lot, and some people saying that you should just kind of like play the field, and I don't want to do that. People are telling me, oh, you should just like, have multiple girlfriends and all this kind of shit. I don't want to. I'd rather have none. Like, I don't know. It's like you get people like Tate with fucking multiple girlfriends. That's good for him, I guess, but I don't want to do that. I don't know, just so yeah, it's just you know, if I can't find someone that's actually like loyal and is actually genuinely loves and respects me, then fuck it. Then you know, I might just end up like staying by myself and just at least I won't have anyone to like kind of you know sort of have to like answer to or anything. So yeah, you've been single 4 years, all right? That's and you've had 2 divorces. Yeah, that's the thing. It's rough out there now, isn't it? But the thing is, what it is, right? Women think they don't need men, and I mean, we shouldn't need anybody as such, but as in like women have got this attitude now where they think they're almost like better off without a man. In some cases, they think they are better off without a man. But then sometimes later on down the line, they're like, oh, actually, maybe I could do with a man. So it's like, you know, and they start getting older, their biological clock's ticking and all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, shit. Some more traditional countries still uphold family values a problem in Western Europe. Yeah, I've heard about all that, but I'm like, I don't want to have to just be like traveling all the way across the world just to get with somebody. That's kind of sad, really. It's like, and it's not all good out there, you know. There's a lot of problems in these countries, so I don't know. I don't want to have to just leave this country just for the sake of marrying somebody over there. And there's a lot of like cultural differences and stuff anyway, so it's just yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's just I've thought about doing that actually, like just going over fucking Philippines or something and just living there, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that kind of put me off about it, really. Um, yeah, it's just there's always going to be problems no matter where you go. That's the thing, really. It's you're going to end up with like, yeah, you're gonna have problems. You know, you're gonna have yeah, gonna have like you know, like say like there might be more crime or whatever. My advice is date down and have less expectations. Well, I don't agree with that. I either date someone who I feel like is on my level, or I'm just not going to at all. I'm not going to devalue myself by lowering my expectations less than what I feel like I deserve. So, yeah. So I'm not doing that. So I'm going forward. It's like I'm only gonna, you know, be interested if you actually are on my level. I'm not expecting anyone above my level, but you have to be around my level. Otherwise, I'm not wasting my time. Why fucking bother if they're like, you know, points below you or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I'd rather just be by myself and just, you know, just yeah. But those same women will rely on men to fix their car, fix their plumbing, fix their lights, go to war if it was needed, defend them from danger, and the list goes on. Yeah, I know, exactly. But what they're saying is they don't want a man in their life. They don't want, you know, they just want to be free. They want to be free and loose and all that, you know. I mean, I don't think I have my sights too high because I know my worth. I've got worth, you know. I don't think I don't even think most women are that fucking good. I don't even think most women are good enough for me, you know? Especially like this one. I'm 30 years old. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going for me, so most of these women are fucking losers. And they're fucking sluts, a lot of them, so why would I devalue myself to someone who isn't even on my level? It's kind of like an insult, you know? It's like an insult to yourself saying that this is all I'm worth, you know? But there's a lot of women out there that are so fucking delusional, thinking that, you know, that they can date up and that this guy will be loyal to them, you know? They think that this guy's gonna stay loyal to them and want to be with them long term. Let's say she's just like, you know, nothing special about her, but this guy that she's trying to get with is all the women are after him. Gotta be fucking realistic, you know? Sucking ridiculous. Like, it's like, yeah, most of them don't even, they all think they're queens, don't they? They all think they're princesses. They're not. So I see what they take their makeup off and they look like shit, a lot of them. And they don't even have a good character either. You know, most of them have a fucking stuck-up fucking character. But I want to have a bit of both, you know? Because it's like, if I value myself and I'm like, okay, what do I have to offer? You know, if I have a personality and I have looks, then why do I have to pick one or the other, you know? And if you're going to tell me that I should settle, fuck off, you know? Seriously, fuck off then. Because I ain't just going to listen to you, you're going to say that. Well, if they want to fucking overvalue themselves, then that actually devalues them even more, actually. When you overvalue yourself, you actually devalue yourself. Because one of the worst traits of somebody is arrogance. It's like this kind of, some say it's like confidence, but it's like, it's fake. Not fake. I mean, they think they can just slather on a bunch of makeup and suddenly now they're a queen. All you are is just a polished turd. Like, probably promiscuous, probably just has no personality, a lot of these women. So, yeah, they put on all this makeup just to then be like, yeah, feminism is just, yeah, I'm not saying everyone is like that, but I'm talking about, you know, most women are not even on my level, is what I'm saying, but they think they are, or they think they're above me. You get them with their stuck-up fucking attitudes, which just makes them worse. It makes them insufferable. When they think that they can just mess around and they think that they're above you. Even though they're actually below you. Now, I'm not trying to like be all like trying to be patronizing or anything, but it's just facts. You know? I have like ambitions and stuff, and I want to do things with my life, and I'm not gonna let some mediocre woman, you know, like get in the way of that and distract me. Fuck off. I'm pretty sure every man has been told this phrase when they were young. Don't be like your dad. What does that mean? In what context? I mean, that's why I'm single, yeah. Yeah, millionaire hunk. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You see these like, I don't know, maybe some of them are rage baiting, I don't know, but it's like when you get some of them saying, oh, they need to have 6 or 7 figures a year, and it's like, that's not realistic, is it? Because unless they are, you know, kind of that themselves, then you really think you're going to get some fucking baller guy who's also good looking. There's this whole meme of like 6 figures, 6-pack, and what is it? Yeah, 6-pack, 6 figures, and what's the other one? 6 foot tall. Yeah, the 3 sixes, like the devil, isn't it? The 360, the 3 sixes. Yeah, exactly. It's like not very many people actually make 6 figures. So, and even less people have a 6. In fact, it's actually you're more likely to be a millionaire than have a 6-pack. So, yeah, and the thing is, even when they say they want a guy that's got a dad bod, what they mean is like fucking the guy out of fucking, what is it, Twilight or something like that. That's got a 6-pack. He's not completely like shredded, but he's got abs and he's got some muscle. it's like they're just completely delusional about what even is a dad bod. It's like, what do you even mean by that, you know? And the ones that actually do want a dad bod, it's probably because they're just settled and they're not actually. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't really call it a dad bod, would it? Is it? You know, like some of my abs are visible, and I wouldn't really call that a dad bod. To me, a dad bod would be like fucking Seth Rogen or something like that. So someone said that before, but I wouldn't really call that a dad bod. I mean, I'm probably like leaner and more muscular than most guys out there, but yeah, apparently that's a dad bod or something. That's just ridiculous. This is what I mean with the standards. It's just like, what do they even mean with these things? It's like, I mean, this is like, it's just try and kind of like, take this off and just like we can see like some of the abs and the shape of my and stuff. So it's just like, what they mean is a guy who's kind of like that, basically. But yeah, what's that? I'm dodgy anyway, or what do you mean? Fairly fit, but not ridiculous. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just that men and women have different definitions of it or something. I don't know. It's just like, if you was to type in a dad bod on like a Google search, you get like Leonardo DiCaprio and stuff like that don't exactly look fit. When she says dad bod, she means strong man who has muscles. It's a trend of like, I know it's just, but it's like most dads don't even look like that, you know, especially not in the West. Like, this is what probably like most of your dads actually look like, is this picture of like Leonardo DiCaprio or something. I'll just show you on the screen right now, like this sort of stuff, right? You can see that, right? Actually kind of looks like that at one point, but it was just, and then also this one as well. I mean, this was like the kind of like belly sticking out. This one's like Seth Rogen, I think. You know, this is what people kind of tend to think of when they think of the dad bod or something, which is obviously quite different to what I am. And then there's this whole thing is this guy supposedly got a dad bod. This guy here, which as you can see is, you know, is fairly fit. So like, how is that even like a dad bod? I mean, there's most of the images seem to show like something like this though, like a kind of bit of a beer belly. I mean, there may be the odd ones out there that do actually prefer that. Maybe it's just like a personal preference thing, but I mean, you know, you're getting these images like that. I mean, that's a bit extreme. That's quite fat, but yeah. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's most of the images that you get on that. Yeah, you have to look at the animated TikToks, thick but strong. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, but it's like, you shouldn't really be doing it for anybody else anyway, you know? Doing it for you. Don't try and, try and just like better yourself because you want to be attractive to somebody else, because that's actually not very attractive if you're just like doing it for somebody else. It's just kind of, it's all about doing it for selfish reasons, really, because you want to do it for your own health and for your own confidence. So you're happy with what you see in the mirror. You don't do it for anybody else. You're not doing it to try and like, but yeah. But yeah, these people think that unless you're like sub 10% body fat or something, then that's the dad bod or something. Yeah. What was the other one? Like probably like Daniel Craig or something would be a good example of that. When you saw him in films, it was pretty like strong. Yeah. Like Jason Momoa, that sort of body as well. Like he's pretty strong as well. It's like basically there was this whole thing about like what was it, Chris Bumstead when he'd put on a little bit of body fat and his abs had blurred a little bit, so he didn't have the well-defined six pack. But you know, I would estimate there was still probably sub 15% body fat there. But yeah, he's like kind of called having a dad bod or something. And he's like got veins in his muscles and stuff. Apparently that's a dad bod now. That's how like skewed people's perceptions are. And it's not, you're not offending me. I'm just saying how ridiculous the standards are, where it's like with like bodies and stuff, and you know, where it's like how, you know, like the women think that unless you're absolutely completely shredded, then you have a dad bod or something. My colleague doesn't TV work, and he is told that he has to stay fit and thin or he won't get work. Why is that then? What do you mean? I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, I hope Haley's all right anyway, because it's probably not good that it's not good that she saw me like that. So, especially with everything going on and stuff. So I might just like, I don't know if I should just send her a message or something. Yeah. I'll just send something now. All right. Well, yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone's well tonight. Yeah, I feel a bit bad then because, you know, it's, yeah. Considering, you know, she's quite, you know, just with all the shit that she's going through, and yeah, it's not good, is it? I don't know. You're doing your pistol squats. Oh yeah, I do that. But do you do it just like straight up pistol squats, or do you use any like assistance? Because I find it a bit tough to try and balance. I can't do a lot of reps unless I hold on to something to help with the balancing of it. So usually I would hold on to a rail or something. Then I can just focus on the muscles that I'm trying to train, like the quads and the glutes and stuff. That's what I find helps for me, but they're a good exercise for strengthening the legs because you're putting all the tension on one leg. So you're basically doubling the difficulty of it. Whereas with, with no like a chair in front, or you using a chair to like kind of, I was just saying about like assistance, like using say like a bar to help you with balancing it. I was thinking, but yeah, I tried the pistol squats with assistance and did like 20 reps of them. But I don't know if you saw that video, but yeah, that's a good one to like destroy the legs. And yeah, I don't know if you saw it. I did one of actually, did I put that one out? I was gonna put out the sissy squat one. I don't think I put that one out yet, but I did a assisted sissy squat with the rail, one leg at a time and a high back chair. Oh yeah, so you're like holding on to that or something. And you have to be careful not to let it kind of fall over or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of like fed up, really, but I'm okay. I'm just like, I'm just gonna get this guy told in it, because he needs to find out, and she needs to realize that, that I'm gonna follow through, and yeah. Uh, all right, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on here for, but I don't want to get like that. But sometimes you need to let stuff out when something's building up. But I shouldn't have yeah, uh, did what I did because people are gonna clip it, and yeah. But whatever, they've already clipped shit already, so whatever. I don't give a damn. It is what it is, But anyway, thank you for the 12 likes, everybody. Nice one. Yeah. Just I think some people are really capable of love, are they, They just leave a trail of chaos behind wherever they go. It's like the opposite of the Midas touch. Everything that they touch turns to shit. It's just, yeah. All they know is chaos, and just any exposure is good exposure. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just going to keep trying to, do my thing and just try and be successful, Screw her, she's just going to, she had her chance. She could have had something special, but she deserves what she gets. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't want to see people see, I don't want people to see me like that, really. It's all drama. Well, where does that all come from? It's like for the whole fear of rejection thing, but it's like, well, that's not my problem, though, is it? They'll try and act like they care because there was this other girl that was like fucking BPD and she was fucking horrible. But that's no excuse to fucking mess people around. Like, you shouldn't even be trying to get with anybody. You should be get help. You should probably be in a fucking psych ward or something because you shouldn't be doing that to people. It's not right. It's just horrible. Like, if you can't sort of have a healthy relationship, you shouldn't be in one. Like, you really need some help then if So usually some kind of trauma or something. So is there something that's happened? Because I've got to try and sort of I'm not saying it to justify anything, but it's like there's usually, let's say it's like no, it's like there's usually something that's led to it because people, unless they just have some fucked up brain or something. I mean, yeah, I don't know really, but it's just there's been someone that's been nasty trying to what's this? Max is BBD but never accepts help. Yeah. Hello, dating advice and gambling. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing is that these sort of people won't accept help because they'll just be like, I don't know. They'll probably see you as trying to attack them, but this one doesn't do that. She never tried to be nasty. This is the thing because it could be a bit more devious in a sense that it's with the other woman from Sweden, she was you could see early on her intention and she was not nice, but it can be worse when they appear nice and then there's this secret kind of secretly they're just really just not very nice people and that they put on some act basically. Yeah, DBT, dialectic behavior therapy, right? Yeah. While she's watching this, she maybe should take note of this, and shouldn't she? Are you going to the gym? Okay, take care. I've been in a 5-year relationship. I feel like a big reason to our success is we have a very true. Sorry, I missed that. Anyway, I just need the toilet real quick. I'll be back. So yeah, this woman said that she apparently goes to therapy, but it seemed a bit vague about what she even goes to therapy for. She seemed quite a secretive person, really. Like, she never even talked about her partner to me. Apparently, she would talk to Haley about it, but like, she was just not really kind of. And she never really brought, because like, she only brought it up when Haley probably asked her stuff, and it was just like, it's like she just kind of modded him out of her life, is what someone described it as. It's a bit weird. And supposedly they were having a rough patch, but it's a bit strange that, because it seems like she's probably done this before. I mean, apparently there was some romance scam. So it sounds like she was kind of gullible to that and fell for that. So, yeah. So it's like, she's been in that, then obviously there was something really wrong way before she even met me, for her to even think about doing something like that. So there must have been some investment there with this person and behind this guy's back. And maybe that it's on her last chance now, but I don't know why he would even bother giving her a fucking chance. Is this guy a fucking loser or some shit with low self-esteem, that he's just going to put up with that shit, What is wrong with this guy, if he's letting her do this shit? I mean, not letting her do it, but it's like, if you're forgiving somebody like that, then you're giving them permission, basically, to keep doing it, pretty much. I'm not a psychologist, but no, there's very little you can do for narcissistic people. It's mostly how our culture has become. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like, I mean, she don't really come across like a narcissist, but it's like she's got certain traits that's like, I don't know if it's BBD. Is there something that's happened when she was young? We just don't know. There's just weird things, and it's like, maybe there's things that she'll just never open up about, but it's like, what is she going to a therapist for? Is there something dark that she's hiding? We just don't know, because she can't be just like, being with this guy. It's just weird, because why hasn't she got engaged to him by now? Nothing makes any sense, because she was trying to make out, oh, I'm trying to sort things out with this guy. That's what she was telling me, a while ago, like, and not so. I mean, like, last time I spoke to her, she was like, oh, I'm trying to, like, sort things out with him, and that, it's just like we were going through a rough patch, and it's like, okay, but it doesn't make any sense, because then she starts, what is she was still watching me? It's like, what the fuck? Fucking wrong with her? She's been watching me in secret. It's like, she may have got to him over time, worn his self-esteem down, possibly. Yeah, right, boom. Therapy has become a crutch. People go on for years in talk therapy, not much changing as personality is fixed once we become adults. So what you're saying is that it's pointless, pretty much. I don't know. So what you think there's no help for these people? Is that what you're trying to say? That's a bit of a kind of doomer kind of. I guess it's just maybe that's what it is. What you're saying, it's all a bit of a scam or something. This therapy, then you think? I know they say like it's harder to change, but I guess maybe it's possible it takes longer or something. But the thing is, if you like that, you need to accept that and just you probably just shouldn't be with anybody. You know, you shouldn't be getting with anybody because you're just going to hurt them. Like you should just be like probably just stay by yourself for everybody else's sake. This DBT is helpful. Also, journaling. Well, clearly, whatever she's been doing hasn't been helping because clearly she's just a fucking bitch, and yeah, she just, you know, I don't know, just yeah. Well, that's the thing here, because remember we're talking about that could all been a lie. We just don't know what to believe. It just seemed a bit weird when she said that. Apparently, she said well, she didn't tell me about that, but apparently her therapist died and then supposedly went to their funeral or something. It just all seemed a bit weird, and it's like you think to yourself, what is going on here? It just seems really strange, doesn't it? The therapy should be a few weeks or months. This is only my opinion. Don't take a gospel. I'm not a qualified psychologist. Okay. Haley says it was very weird. Yeah. But again, I'm sorry about before, but yeah. Just had to let off some steam, but yeah. Hello, Greasy loves ABBA. How you doing? Dancing Queen, young and sweet, only 17. She didn't go to the funeral, but sent flowers, apparently. All right. I thought Richard told me she went to the funeral. All right, well, okay. I don't know, but... Or you mean she went to, like, the, where he was buried? I don't know. It's just, you actually think, why did they die? And was that, you know, like, what's it called? That he unalived himself or something? Because how could that happen if he's a therapist? Why did this person die? Oh, good rendition. Okay. It's just weird, isn't it? Like, it just sounds like some BS that she's made up. Maybe it was for sympathy or some shit. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the shit that she would say is for sympathy. So it's hard to even know if what she's saying is even true, because she's lied about so many things before. She's lied through her fucking teeth when it's been obvious, and then when she's been called out on it, she'll just deny it until she can't deny it anymore when she's been proven to be lying. And then you can't just lie anymore because you've been caught red-handed. She was going to until I mentioned I don't think therapists could be friends with patients, so then she didn't go. Okay. I don't know, maybe. But it just all seems a bit odd. I don't know. An accidental OD, really? That just sounds a bit kind of like the dog ate my homework kind of bullshit. No, it's not an ex. It's the funeral was like a week after it happened, which is BS because there would be inquiry into his death. Yeah, if it's suspicious circumstances, you would think so. Obviously, with my granddad, it only happened about 9 days afterwards, but he died of just like natural causes. Like he had dementia and he ended up getting a stroke. So that obviously didn't take that long. It's like a lot of the things she says just doesn't really make sense because so which kind of proves that she's probably lying then, probably if she can't even get her facts straight on that, like as in like the times and things, there's a lot of inconsistencies and things with what she would say and like, what do you mean an accidental OD? Like, why would you even have that? I don't know, it all seems a bit strange to me. Is it just for more sympathy? So I don't know. But she was saying that she had therapy or something, and then she apparently that's helped her to sort things out with her partner, which clearly is not the case. That's why MGTOW. Oh yeah, that's the. Yeah, I've been hearing about that, and people are even like kind of. They don't want to use that word because it could end up getting your channels restricted or some shit. I don't know, but it's just I don't know. But I can see why some men might rather do that than just deal with these modern women. It's a shame, really, because I do think there is some good ones out there. It's just hard to find. She never told me she was using therapy to help with her partner. Yeah, well, it was probably, yeah, but I think, well, she was telling me that, when it helped her, that the therapy helped her. Not that she didn't say that, like, that it was because of her, that she went there because of her partner, but as well as to get through stuff she'd been through. But it's like, well, what exactly? Because was she just being all vague or something? Like, I don't know. She just seems to be all vague about things and just not really give a straight answer with things a lot of the time. It's strange how YT is showing my name. Why? You're on about the @ sign because they've changed all that to the handles now. So instead of showing your channel name, it's showing your @ name now. Don't know why they've done that, but I guess it just makes it easier to find people or something. I don't know. Would cost loads. What's that? In about therapy or something. I don't know what you mean, but I think the therapist was through her partner's work. Though, all right, well, I don't know. It just all seems a bit kind of odd to me, really. But I don't know. It's like all this kind of secretiveness, and like I said, he's gonna find out. So it wasn't as expensive as it. Oh well, okay, I suppose, but still, though, it's just what exactly is she going to therapy for, or was? Yeah, it's showing you full handle. Yeah, that's right. This is what it's doing now. So yeah, he's probably changed his job twice that time since I spoke. So yeah, no, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You got to think to yourself, if he's changed his job that many times, why? What's going on? Because I remember didn't he get like fired from his job or something, and then he didn't he like I don't know what the hell. So why is that shit happening then? Nothing's really adding up, is it? If she could have just been honest and just tell me what the hell was going on and whatever, and just not just have me confused, and then yeah, and then he didn't like the new one he took. All right, so didn't he like get a yeah? So like, it's just funny, isn't it? Because if she's with him for stability and whatever you want to call it, security, but then he can't even keep a job or something. I mean, I don't know. I just find that kind of funny that, yeah. So what exactly is she staying with him for then? He's not exactly that, doesn't sound like exactly the most reliable guy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could, if I had to, I'd be able to provide. So, yeah, anyway, let's go drink. I mean, there was like this guy called the barista meme, and this one is what the guy looks like. I'm not gonna bring up an image of him, but I'm just gonna, um, like, he looks like a skinny version of this guy. In fact, he's probably, he looks like, he looks like a skinny version of the barista guy, the hipster barista, you know, that meme. Oh, thank you for subbing. Oh, you've changed your name. Okay. Right. Oh, in second set. Okay, cool. Yeah, normally I would like do a set and then I would do like something else sometimes in between to try and, cram more in. So if I do the squats and then I do like push-ups or something, I do things for like efficiency. Anyway, thank you for the 14 likes, everybody. We've got 16 volts on the poll, so yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't get so angry about things. It's just, but yeah, I know what you think. Yeah, the hipster guy. Yeah, but I think even he probably looks better than that guy. I don't know. Not that I'm gay or anything, but it's just in terms of like, he looks a bit more kind of, I don't know, presentable, I guess. Like this guy has this like ginger beard, and it's like, it looks like he's got ginger pubes on his face. You're right to get angry. I know it's just sometimes people really piss me off. But the thing is you're giving them energy when you do that, though. Anytime that you get angry and start getting a rage, so you just like, you like sort of you give that energy, but then sometimes you need to let it out a little bit. So then you can just kind of, then you can let go of it once, you just release that from your system instead of trying to let it bottle up. Because I could have done that. I could have just let it bottle up inside and just eat away at me. But by letting it out, it just, yeah. So people say, oh, don't. This is the thing with the whole kind of stoicism thing. Men being told to to not show your emotions and all that. And I think up to a point, that's the case. But then if something's really weighing on your mind, you shouldn't just hold it in because you're told that it's weak if you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just so messed up, isn't it? Yeah, just so messed up. But yeah, I don't know what's up with her. It's like, what is exactly she going to therapy for? Like, is there something that we don't know? Because she seems kind of secretive, and is there things that she won't admit to? I don't know. It just makes me wonder, like, the fuck is going on? Are you going petrol before they close? Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah. Well, you're supposed to do it like nighttime. I guess there's like service stations because they get people like working at nighttime or something, and then they have to drive and stuff. I mean, it wasn't really fully like a relationship. It was just, I don't want to get into it anymore, but it's just like, I shouldn't have ever like entertained it at all. I shouldn't have entertained her. I mean, because she said that, oh, she got a partner and all this shit. And I should have just stopped talking to her altogether and just not gotten any more invested because at the time I just thought, okay, I guess I'll just be friends. But then over time, it just kind of, I couldn't just do that anymore because it was just, there was like, these sparks flying and stuff. And it was like, but I don't know if she ever really intended on like getting to be with me, but it's her loss, isn't it? If she doesn't want to get with me, then fuck her. It's just she to get what she deserves, isn't it? So what I'm gonna say to this guy, but I need to get his full name. Obviously, you're not gonna put it in here, are you? But yeah, But yeah, I can get his full name, and I mean, it was just I just thought we could have, like, you know, been good for each other and all that. Just, but she just choose to, you know, stay the way she is. I'm like, why? Why exactly are you doing that? What kind of, you know, does this guy have some hold over her? Like, you start, you know, it's like just like asking questions like, what is the hell is going on? Like, why can't she just leave this guy if she doesn't want to really be with him? Because it seems as though she doesn't really want to, you know? It just bugs me because I'm like, when I see someone that's like, you know, yeah, you wouldn't be putting them on here because it's not fair, is it? You know, he hasn't really done anything wrong, has he? Because, yeah, he's naive and whatever, but maybe she's, like someone was saying, maybe she's been chipping away at his self-esteem. We just don't know. 'Cause I bet they don't even ever have sex. No, I can't muscle up, unfortunately. I did a few pull-ups and stuff, but I can't even imagine her even having sex with him because, like, I don't know what she would even get out of that. I can't even, I mean, unless he just has some way of, I don't know, but I just, from what I've seen of him, I mean, I know they say, oh, it's not all about looks, but it's like, I just can't imagine her really, really wanting to do that much. Like, she probably doesn't do it that often, I'm guessing. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't be like this. She was really satisfied with him and things were going great, then she wouldn't have done it. And apparently, they were going through a rough patch, which seems like they've been going through a lot. So, yeah, we did speak about that a little bit, lol. Oh, really? Yeah. I wouldn't even really want to know, to be honest. I don't know. Just, but I'd be very surprised. I mean, who knows? She could even lie anyway. Whatever she says, we just don't even know. Because I can't really see her really kind of. If she's going to be all kind of like apparently imagining me doing things to her. If what you're saying was true, that she told you that, then yeah, interesting. Yeah, yeah. It's just anyway. Oh, last bit of it. Okay, cool. Probably gonna get off here soon, but yeah. Anything I was told I would take with a pinch of salt, anyways. I know because knowing her, because we can see how much she's lied about things. Like when she lied about, you know, basically she was like pretending like she weren't watching me when she still was, and things like that. Because she like saw me live when I was like calling her out one time, and then pretended like she didn't see it. It's like, you're lying. You clearly did because you just literally deleted all your videos. So you're clearly lying. But it was like, but she'd probably just act like, oh, it must have just been a coincidence or some shit. I mean, everything's a coincidence with her, isn't it? You know, it's always convenient excuses with her that's like, I don't like it when people do that. You know, it's like, how can I trust you then if you can't just be honest? I mean, she seemed like all right. I mean, but it's just, this is the thing, is she didn't immediately show any signs that she had anything really wrong with her. But lately, it just seemed like she just kind of started like deliberately lying about things, and just but like I said, I'm just gonna tell this guy, he needs to know, really, doesn't he? Because she's not gonna like leave him. Then he needs to find out what she's been up to, and then he can decide if he wants to stay with her. So I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't be too harsh on this guy because he's kind of like the victim in this, I guess. If she's been messing with his head and having him kind of question his worth and what have you, then yeah, some people hide their illnesses, don't they? But I mean, supposedly she was going to some therapy, but for what exactly? There's clearly some issues there if that's the case. So going to some therapist or what have you, but yeah, it's just hard to really even know what she says is truth anyway, because I really doubt half the stuff she says is even true. A lot of people just do that now, don't they? They think they can just lie and they can just get away with that, They think that nothing's gonna happen. They think, oh yeah, well, no one's gonna find out. I'm just gonna lie. Well, wrong. Because it's like people think that people are stupid, I guess, but they're the ones that are really stupid if they think that they can get away with lying and just, think that they can just pass it off as the truth. It all comes out in the wash in the end, doesn't it, as they say? So, if you had a chance to, kind of come clean and be honest, at least give me some kind of clarity. But she wouldn't even do that. It would just be vague things about, oh, me and him had a rough patch. What do you even mean? Why did you have a rough patch? If that's the case, like you should be open and be like, why would you have a rough patch? What actually caused there to be a rift in the relationship then in the first place? Because you don't just have a rough patch. Something has to have happened for that, It just doesn't make any sense. My life is like living a lie. Why? I have autism and try to cover it and appear normal. Yeah, I don't do any of that because I'm like, I'm just like, I just don't want to like just be fake. It would just be, waste of energy to me. Like, if people don't like me for who I am, then it's tough, isn't it? I guess I'm a kind of person that doesn't really care too much about social situations to a point where I feel like I have to mask to fit in. I guess I don't need to fit in that much. Whereas some people with autism, they feel the need to fit in. But there's kind of part of me that wants to, but then also part of me likes kind of, being kind of like an outsider. Hi, Kai, good to see you again. How are you doing? I know what you mean, but it's hard. Yeah, no. I try just to kind of find the right people. It's like come online and talk and stuff. If people want to come watch, then they can do. I'm in control of things more online, and whereas if I'm out in a certain situation, like things can go wrong and I can end up. But it's like I just feel like if people don't want to be here, they don't have to be here. But I can set my own boundaries. I can set my own rules. And if people don't respect that, I just kick them out, I'm in my own place here, but yeah. We're nearly on the end of the battery and stuff. I hate IRL saying pubs, etc. Yeah, I know. I just find IRL kind of annoying, like just all the people around there, especially when it gets busy in York and it's just a bunch of cyclists everywhere, just a bunch of annoying people everywhere. Just everyone seems to be in a rush. There's this little kind of like low grade kind of stress to that it's just, I don't know. I'm glad once I'm out of like the main city part of it, it just feels more peaceful. You know what I mean? When there's not as many people around. There have been times where I don't mind being around a lot of people, but it's like, it's on my terms though. Like, I like to do things on my terms. It's like, I've done busking before and I'd be like around a lot of people doing that. because I'm out to try and entertain people or something. But it's like if I don't want to have to just keep dealing with people all the time though. It's just kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah. Hello, Shazad. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for liking. Anyway, so but yeah, I'm on 1% battery, so I'm gonna have to get going, guys. But everybody, take care. All right. All right. Thank you for being here. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.